Alright, just want to make a quick update on what I've been working on. Mostly been working on creatures, and I've added info. You click on a tile, it gives you info, kind of mostly for debugging, although I might have a similar version of that in the actual game. But I've went ahead and added some creatures, and these are just placeholder graphics for now, but basically they don't do much yet. They try to find the best path around the map and just they create little trails and follow those trails. And when they're hungry, they search for food, and when they find the food, they'll collect some. They'll eat it, and then they'll collect some seeds from that plant, and they'll try to plant them. So they kind of cultivate their own crops, in a sense. I kind of went with the sim ant approach to pathfinding, since I don't want it to be too resource heavy, which is, let's see, they switched layers, which is to basically leave a trail. So every time they go over a square with intention, they'll make that trail more pronounced. They'll add one to the trail, and it will, over time, they'll generate trails, and they'll tend to follow those trails. So there's your basic trail. Then there's also a food map or trail, and this is stronger the closer you get to food. So this is how they can find food. So even if they're far away, they'll just follow this gradient of food closeness until they find the food, and it seems to work pretty well. I also have a third trail, which is empty right here, and this is the danger trail. So if there's fire or like a battle or something, they will use this trail to run away from whatever that is. I'm not sure. I think to start with, I'm going to have all the creatures look generally the same. My intention is to eventually have them procedurally generated like the plants, so there's a great variation of creatures. Definitely there will be genetic variation that will change their attributes, their speed, their maximum hit points, and also too some simple like personality traits and whatnot. So eventually I want to add that. I've had to overcome some hurdles, and there's still some issues with the graphics glitching, and basically every time they move, they are turned into a sprite, and then once they stop, they actually become part of the background. So that frees up some resources. And if I add too many creatures, and the frame rate drops too low, we'll actually start just moving one block at a time, so the engine can keep up with it. So theoretically there can be thousands of creatures on the map. So I haven't totally stress tested it yet, but it seems to do okay, although it doesn't look as good when there's so many because they just jump around. But so next up, I'm going to make it so they fall in love and have babies, and they'll their genes will be passed down, and also plan on having mutations and genetic variation. So they'll become different variations of the creatures, and the behaviors will be slightly different. And also too, I'll be making it so that they can go create buildings, create a place to live, and that's where they'll rest. So when they get tired, they'll go rest, or if they're injured, they'll heal faster in their housing. And I'm just gonna take from there. I don't know. I'm just kind of taking this as it comes. I'm not totally sure what it's going to be when all is said and done. But I'm kind of getting to the fun part of this, so hopefully I'll make some steady progress over the next few weeks. And I guess I will say goodbye for now.